I don't believe it. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'm going to talk to you of another underrated film you need to check out immediately on HBO Max. It's another A24 film called The Vanishing of Sidney Hall, starring Ellen Fanning, Logan Lerman, and Michelle Monaghan, and Tim Blake Nelson, Yadul Metten II, Nathan Lane, and Kyle Chandler. It's a story about a well-known, famous author who vanishes from the public eye. And there's a reporter or investigator trying to track him down and learn more about him and about his life and his literature that everybody is very fond of. And I'm gonna tell you what, I don't get it. I don't get why the critics hated this movie, man. Like I don't freaking get it. It has a 11% rating, and I don't get it. I don't get the hate on this movie. It's a mystery drama. The mystery dives more into the storytelling method, but for the drama, it is solid. Logan Lerman plays Sidney Hall, a guy who pretty much feels a little bit out of place, but discovers he has a talent for writing and his honesty when it in his writing. He's able to publish a book, fall in love, and have some sort of success, but the guy is dealing with a lot of regret and mental trauma that eventually leads him to live a life in the wilderness, or I would say just homeless, where he abandons his way of life. And he gets discovered by this detective or this investigator. Why my computer just froze? And he wants to learn more about him and why he decided to dip out on society. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm not a fan much of Logan Lerman, but I'm going to tell you what. This film really got me into liking him as an actor. 2018. Ellie Fanning is also great in here, man. I love the scenes with both of them together where they play as teens to mid-adults. I really love their chemistry here, where you have this guy, Sidney Hall, who, and it doesn't reveal it. God damn. I'm going to tell you this. The way this film is structured, it starts with the detective investigating or trying to track down Sidney Hall. Then you start with going into the past and understanding more about who Sidney Hall is. The film kind of goes back and forth, jumbling from timelines to timelines, from the present to the past, until it kind of builds up into revealing more things about it and more things that could have dealt with his trauma. And the more that kind of goes on, and the more you start to notice Sidney Hall's decisions were, it's more like self-sabotage, and the guy freaks out where is having some mental disorders. It kind of keeps you engaged, and I like that the film builds up emotion in its editing. Logan Marshall Grant, I don't know why. Logan Lerman, this is the role for him that I think could have got him a nomination. This guy, the way he's able to portray this guy, you like him at first, and then the more you reveal stuff about him, you start to question his behavior. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when you get to the ending, it is heartbreaking. And you understand why that this guy has chosen to live outside of society, or just kind of abandon his life. The guy, and I don't want to spoil it because the ending reveals so much And it's like a key that kind of that when it hits you, you understand why this guy. I'm gonna just give you a hint, but I won't go in detail. There's a key moment into the film where he wants to help somebody, but something happens to where it doesn't happen, and he regrets it, and it haunts him for the duration of his for the duration of this movie. But the movie hides it so well, and it builds up to a certain moment into the film where it kind of reflects back on it without revealing it until the very end. Then it start to kind of come in all into place, and you understand why. And then when you hit that moment into the film, it start hitting you with a lot of emotion, like bam, 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 that this guy loses a lot. And it's his way of dealing with certain moments of tragedy that he is not able to cope. And that's just this way of having to deal with it. And Kyle Chandler, he's this guy, he's this detective who desperately wants to know more about why he's a fan of his work. He's a fan of his understanding of his views and honesty about life. And you see that in almost every character that Sidney Hall inspires, and it's unique, and it's interesting. It's interesting in a way to where when certain characters meet Sidney Hall, you start to get curious as to why. Why is he famous? Why is he well known? You start to get invested. And I loved how this filmmaker, what's the filmmaker's name? I think it was Sean Christensen. How he was able to build all that up to the biggest reveal of the film. I don't understand how this film has gotten such a terrible rating. Like, I just don't get it. Fuck him, man. I forget him. This is a great film. This was a 90% in my book, man. I just don't get the hate. I don't get it. I don't get the hate at all. Hell no. Go check this movie out, man. Let me know in the comment section below, man. I really urge you to go check it out. It's a crime that this film has gotten an 11%. That's BS, bro. That's BS. I'm telling you, go see this movie, please. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed at all. The Vanishing of Sidney Hall. Let me know in the comment section below if you have seen it, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.